Well, everybody's not getting younger, you know, so we thought should get everybody together. I don't think everybody's been together since Grandma's funeral, so we wanted to just put something together and hopefully have a good turnout, and I think we will. Yeah.
What are the things that you remember most about great-grandma and also great-grandpa?
I don't remember much about great-grandpa except he stole my nose a lot. And great-grandma, there's so much to remember about great-grandma. One thing I do with the kids is I scare them with the Jondin, like great-grandma scared us. I don't know if...
Who's the Jondin?
The Jondin was like a wolf with yellow sharp teeth and yellow eyes, and he'd come and get you if you were bad. So that was the Jondin. And then, and coffee. Grandma had the first cappuccino ever. She had the cream. Sometimes I quit caffeine now, but on Sunday I'd make up coffee and then fill it with cream and sugar, and it didn't even taste like coffee anymore. That was a grandma coffee. And just going and hanging out at Grandma's place and hearing all her stories, like dyeing her hair the color she didn't want and washing it out with turpentine. That had to have been terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's funny, stories like that, it seems like a lot of us remember the same things.
Yeah. The turpentine or the... she rolled down the front steps one time. I don't remember why. Stuff like that. So.
What do you remember about family being at her house?
It was packed full. Just, you couldn't even hear. You couldn't even really talk. Everybody was just screaming and yelling and playing cards and go downstairs and play pool and foosball. It was fun.
Describe Grandma's house.
It was the old church, you know. So it was, you'd come in the front door and you walk up, was it 3 or 4 stairs? I can't remember. And then you had a wide open, like, dining room area. And there was a little kitchen there. And straight ahead, there was a little, like, separation for another big area. And that was, I don't know, like another dining room. And then to the right was the living room. And in the back were 2 bedrooms. And then upstairs was a few little rooms. There was a big area with little rooms off to the side and a bathroom up there. And then downstairs was cool because it had the men's and women's bathroom, and that's where all the games were. Air hockey, foosball. So, yeah, big greenhouse.
What are the types of things that she would cook, or what would she try to feed you when you got there?
Whatever. There's dumplings and strudels and Coogan and coffee and I mostly remember the strudels. It always seemed like she was making strudels and Coogan, rolling them out. So yeah, I wish I could make the dough.
What's the difference between strudels and dumplings?
The strudels are little and they're not raised, the little dough, and then the dumplings are bigger. You know, they got more to them.
Have you ever talked to other Germans from Russia who say strudels are a different thing than what Grandma said strudels were?
Yeah, I get confused, so I don't ask anymore. Just forget it. Well, it's changed so much over the years. You know, when we were little, there's trailer houses that always seemed to move all around the yard. And then, you know, like Lloyd and Lila lived in one and Mom lived in one. And then the cars in the backyard would go forever behind the shelter belt, and now they're all gone. The trailer houses are gone. And then the shop, there's the 2 barns. There was a red barn and a white barn. The white barn's still there. The red barn fell over, and the silo down there, and there used to be cattle, all kinds of cattle. That's all gone. So that's changed a lot over the years. But it's weird because one thing that I think about, because living in even Fargo, you don't get this. You get rid of the garbage, you take it out to the curb. At Grandma and Grandpa's, let's go burn it. That was fun. Throw batteries in there, pop bottles that would explode. So yeah, there's just so much to remember. Driving 3-wheelers around the yard and just so much cool stuff.
Describe how close you lived to Grandma and Grandpa for many of your years growing up.
You could throw a baseball to the house. Not very far. Well, it depends because we moved a couple times. You know, we lived straight to the east of them, and we lived kind of to the northeast of them, and then we moved back. Let me think. Well, those two spots, straight east and then northeast, were two spots, but really close. It seemed like a long ways away when we moved across the gravel road. Then it took like 2 minutes to walk there.
Isn't it strange to think about like being able to grow up so near your grandparents when so many, even people our age, didn't have that opportunity?
Yeah, they don't have a relationship at all. Yeah, it was cool. Grandma and Grandpa were just always there, you know. Anytime you could go over for whatever. Even if you just wanted to steal a pop, just go over to Grandma and Grandpa's and yeah.